everybody. Today, we're going to talk about the number one key to being a successful entrepreneur. Woo, woo, woo. My gosh, we ready for this one?
Yes, we are. Let's go.
Okay. It is simply the process of doing. It's not waiting. It's about doing. It's action. So it's not waiting, it's doing, it's not getting in the way of yourself or overthinking or coming up with every what if this, but rather taking the steps to shoot for a goal. It's not actually putting the brakes on, or rather, let me take a step back. It is putting the brakes on overthinking, because a lot of times we can get into the cycle of creating negative self-talk and overthinking, and which can make us doubt our decisions, doubt ourselves. We can create the quicksand of what I like to call the quicksand of sabotage.
Ooh, quicksand. Like you're just constantly sinking and
yeah. So what you really want to do is you want to tell yourself, stop, just stop. When you start overthinking, put a rubber band. Here's a tip. Put a rubber band around your wrist. And when you start overthinking, if you want to, if you stop yourself because you're starting down that path of negative self-talk, you're starting to overthink, put a rubber band on your wrist and snap it. Snap it. That is a conscious way of telling yourself, stop the cycle of doubt. So what we're talking about here is the number one tip is about action. It is about doing. It is about breaking free from the conditioning of thinking. And we talked about this in a previous video, conditioning of thinking that everything must be prepared or perfect. And we talked in another video about perfection as well. So there doesn't have to be this perfect place to start. Jen, thoughts?
That's the word. It's perfectionism. And I think this is the problem, is when you're constantly waiting for everything to be perfect and waiting for everything to align. The people that win in business are the people who are not afraid to fail, the people who are not afraid to test, the people who are, and I had to learn this because I'm the kind of person like, and I needed 110% before it goes out. And I learned this from somebody. He's like, hey, if it's 80, I'm good with it. I can deal with the 20%. It's not that great. Yeah. And he went so far because he was so quick in putting things out there versus me, who was waiting for everything to be in alignment and everything. And I get it. It's hard because sometimes we want everything to look polished. But I'm going to tell you this, like when you look and you really look and find out the story of people who are wildly successful, they will tell you, oh yeah, I didn't have that built out. I didn't test that. I just put it out there and see what was going to happen. And those people that win, and this is why this is the number one thing, it's the action. It's also the having that frame of mind that it's okay to totally mess up because I can fix it. But when we allow ourselves to stay in a space where we're like afraid to fail, afraid to see that it's not ready, it's never going to take off because you're holding on and waiting for it to just be perfect versus the person that's going to constantly test and take action and course correct along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to give a few tips here, quick tips on how to do this, how to take action. Decide what your first steps will be towards your goal. Decide what those will be. Then take the step. Take the step. Take the step towards the action. Evaluate your step. Then strategize accordingly, like Jen was talking about. Then develop your next step. Take that step. And know that you can always re-strategize. And if you have a misstep, that's okay, because those missteps are some of our best teachers, and use it as a learning opportunity. Do not let it overcome you. Do not let it bring you down. Do not let it stop you, but continue. Take your next step and your next step and know that it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay, and be flexible. Be like Gumby, right? Be flexible to change and take those steps in order to those steps are going to help you refine your process. So just take action. Things don't have to be perfect. That's the number one tip. Lean into it, take it, and take those baby steps. They don't have to be big leaps, but take those steps. Jen?
Love it, love it, love it. So take action and do not be afraid to fail forward. I think this is so important for us to remember to fail forward, because you can always learn from those things and continuously make progress because you know what needs to be fixed. So if you like this video, thank you for being with us. Hit the thumbs up down there below and comment. Let us know, what are some things that you've gone through where you were just so fired up that you took action, and what happened? We'd love to hear your story. More importantly, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be alerted when we have more upcoming topics and videos in the future. Other than that, thanks for being here, and we'll catch you next time.
Ciao.